How's it going, guys? Today, I'm going to be featuring the ZF6, the German Tier 7 Premium Destroyer. Now, originally, I had planned to try and get some gameplay of the Kleber and also the Amalfi, although, after they had buffed the amount of consumables that the French destroyers had in terms of the main battery reload booster, they accidentally also gave the ZF6 an additional main battery reload booster. The reason behind this was mainly because the ZF6 shared the same consumable as the French destroyers, so when they added it, they accidentally also gave this ship an extra consumable. Another thing that was changed this update was the HE penetration calculation. Before, it used to be that your penetration calculation had to be higher than that of the armor that your shells were hitting in order for that to pen and deal damage. But since then, they've changed it so that now it has to be equal to, and with the ZF6 having quarter pen on 128mm guns, 128 divided by 4 is 32. So now the HE shells on this destroyer can pen 32 millimeters of armor, which is pretty much all of the bows of the Tier 7 battleships, and even some battleships like the French and British battleships, they have 32 millimeter plating all over their ship. You'll see later on in this video, I do get to fire HE and try to farm a Flandre, and I do get penetrations, so now this destroyer can be an absolute threat against battleships that the HE can pen. With all of that said, Wargaming currently has no plans to remove the reload booster that was accidentally given to the ZF6 because they think that it doesn't actually make this ship broken, which I agree, it is still very limited in its performance, but boy does this ship perform a lot better than it did before, being able to engage more destroyers or use your main battery reload booster a little less sparingly and trying to save it for that perfect engagement. With the addition of this main battery reload booster and the change to HE, making this destroyer much stronger, I do think, at least personally, it does move up in my ranks of my favorite and probably the best tier 7 destroyers, at least in my opinion. I still think the Ostjotland is my favorite ship to play, mainly because it's just so fun having those extremely fast torpedoes and also really good AA. The Friesland's also another great AA destroyer and also very fun to play. Now, if I had to pick destroyers that were competitive and for reasons of trying to win matches, there are ships like the Loyang and the Black that are just simply better at capture contests and also hunting down enemy destroyers with smoke, sonar, or smoke and radar. But after those four destroyers, I think the ZF6 follows very closely, probably competing in the same area as the Fletcher and the Akizuki. We all know how good those two ships are at knife fighting other destroyers and hunting them down. Well, maybe not hunting them down in terms of Akizuki because that destroyer is so slow, but it is definitely capable of taking on other destroyers and coming out on top in a gunfight. With that being said, just keep in mind that this is my own personal list of the ships that I enjoy playing and the ships that I think that I'll perform the best in, at least with my own skill. You might have your own preference, and you might think that a ship like the Udachi is possibly the best because you sling out a bunch of hard-hitting torpedoes, or maybe you prefer a ship like the Tashkent where you're simply slinging HE from long range and setting a bunch of battleships on fire. It usually just comes down to what you prefer playing and what fits your playstyle and what you're comfortable playing with. But yeah, do leave a comment down below and let me know what your favorite Tier 7 destroyer to play with is, or even the Tier 7 destroyer that you think is probably the best and the most fun for you. Well, that's pretty much all I have for you guys in this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, leave a like and subscribe for more, and share it with your friends, or leave a comment down below for other ships you want to see in the future, and don't forget to comment on what your favorite Tier 7 destroyer is, and what you possibly think is the best and the most fun. Anyway guys, until next time, aloha.
Gegnerischen Kreuzer entdeckt! Unser Team hat die Führung übernommen. Gegnerisches Schlachtschiff entdeckt. Gegnerischen Kreuzer entdeckt.
Maschinenboost aktiviert. Hauptturm kritisch beschädigt. Hauptturm kritisch beschädigt.
Unser Sieg ist in Sicht.
Nebelwerfer gestartet. Maschinenboost deaktiviert. Nebelwand gelegt. Wir haben einen gegnerischen Kreuzer versenkt.